Okay, Shalom. Shalom. Kwam Yasha'Allah. Kohol Yamla. Yahweh. Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Bahashim. Rakaha Chodash. And double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. And that by the Spirit taught us His beautiful truth. I just want to say the water to the H.I.M. Ahwath. That's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes and commandments of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai to the best of their ability. This is Yachanan Nawach. Just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And just a quick article that I seen on Kevin Durant. He was on this, I think it was a podcast, but it says Kevin Durant on why he doesn't want to get married reveals his insecurity about how he looked and how skinny he was. Well, hey, shit, I guess, hey, even with money, these chicks wouldn't care if your ass was a piece of gum on a fucking sidewalk. With that kind of money, they'll get down there and lick that shit up and get the chewing on it. But anyway, now I asked ChatGPT about the standard traditional American marriage, and of course it's not in the Bible. You know, I already knew that, but I decided to ask ChatGPT, and it actually gave the breakdown. Well, let's get into a little bit of the article with Kevin, man. You know, because Kevin got enough money. He can just, you know, just swoop down on him a clean prostitute every city he go to. Every city he go to, I don't know what their requirements are like, as far as like, I don't know, they may not, you know, they may have rules and stipulations on people coming to the hotels and shit like that, but whatever, you know. But hey, in the off season or whenever, hell, he can fly a bitch out. It's nothing. It's nothing for him. You know, he get back to the crib, he can fly him a clean prostitute, escort, or whatever you want to call it. He can. I mean, it should be plenty of them right in the city that he plays in. You know, some bunnies out there in Houston. You know, whatever his choice is too. Have him sign some consent forms. Have him sign some paperwork. You know, you ain't even got to deal with him at your home. You can just go get you a nice little spot over the river. She'll appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Because the average chick here in the Americas, they're prostitutes anyway. That's any chick that you run across. You're going to be paying for something from her to stay with her. If you're not paying for anything, she's going to leave you anyway. And even when you paying, you got people that's out here, you know what I'm saying, that's got wealthy husbands that these bitches will step out on. So they're going to do their thing anyway. And he made some good points in here as well, because it wasn't just about his looks, you know, because these bitches don't care nothing about that. You know what I'm saying, man? You know, I don't know where he's got to have some self-confidence if he's playing at the level of basketball that he plays at. You know what I'm saying? But hey, you know, brother, almost 40 years old, he don't have no wife and no children yet, man. Hey, I wouldn't do it the American way. That's for goddamn sure. Now, if he wanted some kids, shit, he can do what some of these celebrities do, or these bitches do, or who, you know. Say, hey, look, I'm just going to get you pregnant. You will have nothing to do with the child. I don't want nothing to do with you. I'm going to use you as a surrogate. You know, or whatever. hey, the women, they doing stuff like that all the time. Then Kim Kardashian, then she have a couple of surrogates, or what, I don't know what, you know, but I don't think she pumped no babies out of her own. She ain't pushing none out of the box. So why can't he, if he really wanted children like that, he can deal with the same woman. Like, hey, look, I just want children out of you. He can have contracts signed. You got people. Matter of fact, I seen that in Craigslist. I was going through Craigslist looking for some shit just yesterday. Just scrolling and seeing some shit where you got people that's looking for, you know, somebody to have a child for them. I think the shit was at like, I don't know what, I think it was the starting or some 65,000 and some other perks that went with it and this, but no, it's people out here that can't have children that do this all the time. But see, it's Esau. It's meant because this is his kingdom and he's able to, you know, get away with that. Or, you know, Kevin Durant, he can adopt some children. He can adopt a whole fucking family of kids if he wants to, if he's just about children. Now, his own seed, that's something different. You know, that's why I'm saying, you know, he can rock with some woman that, hey, I'm paying you for this, my lawyers, this, and this. You know what I'm saying? Here's my the consent papers. You never even got you know. As a matter of fact, he ain't even got sleep with her ass. You know what I'm saying? He can deposit some sperm. They got sperm banks. Like, hey, I want my sperm to go with this lady. I like her features. You know what I'm saying? Give her ass an IQ test, whatever, this, and this. Same thing that Esau be doing. And he can have his own babies at his house. They're his seed, because he can have them tested to see if they're really his seed. And he ain't got to have nothing to do with the bitch. But, you know, that's another thing. Salaki, I didn't even mean to go there with it, but that's the spirit. The spirit flows, that's the wind. As I'm outside right now, I know you can hear the wind blowing. It's getting windy here, getting a little colder. Damn. Okay, but it says, Kevin Durant is one of the 3 greatest players of his generation, along with LeBron James and Steph Curry. While the 3 are alike in some ways, there is one respect or aspect where Durant is very different from James and Curry. Family, right? Both James and Curry have been married for over a decade and have multiple children. Well, okay, well, you can, you know, I don't know, you know, I mean, to each his own. You with it, you with it. That's your thing, that's your thing. You know what I'm saying? But we can kind of see from some of these little videos of Steph's wife, you know, I ain't gonna get into it, but yeah, it ain't looking too good. But I mean, but just think, if one of these dudes with all this money they got just step out just once, just go just a 20-minute, man, he's just getting some head. You know, he's just getting a blowjob, you know. They gonna take that nigga for everything, man. Gonna take his kids, gonna put him through the ringer. And this is why you shouldn't ever get married in America and Esau Edom's, the so-called white man's system. This is his system. It's set up to totally destroy, especially so-called black men. That's what it was set up really for that. But now you see in Esau, you know, that Deuteronomy 30:7 is starting to hit his ass over the head. Those curses are starting to land on they doofy asses now. Now they baby daddies and they women taking all they shit. Got them on alimony and you know, got them, you know, just doing them all kinds of dirty. That wasn't a so-called white man thing, man, 50 or so years ago. You know, that wasn't big 40 years ago like that. I mean, it happened, don't get me wrong. It was, you know, a little spurt here and there. But it wasn't like how it is now. These so-called white women, they getting alimony, they getting child support, they going to get big ass tits, big asses, and lips to hop on something else to get down with, and they taking money from that nigga too. And they doing it over and over and over again. You got women out here, man, with 3, 4, 5 baby daddies, man, that's millionaires. You be thinking like, well, damn, nigga, you ain't see what this bitch just done to this nigga? You got with her? All these chicks out here, man, that you get. How is it that this world is so small that y'all all dealing with the same chicks? Like this chick Cardi B. Here she goes, she pregnant by another nigga. Like, nigga, all that money you making, all that fame you got, bro, you couldn't have found another bitch. You should have stepped to her sister or something. I don't even know. You know, what's that? The Hennessy chick. I mean, but damn, you could have went through the Bronx. Or you could have went to the original place and got you one of them, if that's what you was into, and one way better. Anyway, Salakia, man. I don't mean to just, you know, let me get this scripture real quick. And I want to go into this chat GPT, but this one came to mind, Amos 7:17. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, thy wife shall be an harlot in the city, and thy sons and thy daughters shall fall by the sword, and thy land shall be divided by line. And thou shalt die in a polluted land, and Israel shall surely go into captivity forth of his land. But one of the curses that we're under is that our women, man, are just going to be pieces of shit to us. They're not going to treat us well. It just is what it is, man. You have to really accept that. You have to accept it, man. You know, and see, a person like Durant dealing with the kind of money that he's dealing with, if he's smart, he would never deal with none of these bitches like that. Again, like I said, if he wants children, there's so many ways he can just do children. He can get children without having to deal with the woman. But I'm gonna get what he said though, because he seemed to have his head on his shoulder. Okay, but let me go back to where I was. Both James and Curry have been married for over a decade and have multiple children, but Durant has yet to tie the knot and has no kids. It appears that the marriage situation is unlikely to change. 2, as here is what the Houston Rockets superstar had to say, or not. This again with Bobby Othhoff, whoever the fuck that is. So this guy asking him, you don't want to just have kids with someone, you want to get married first? Kevin Durant says, I wouldn't say get married. No. Because American marriage is not in the scriptures. It's not, really, you know, sex with a woman constitutes a marriage, man. Biblically. With our forefather Isaac, he took Lil Mama into the tent and he knew her, man, and that was that. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find that. Salakia. Okay, so Khan, let me get it right here. Genesis 24 and 67, right? I'm going to start from, no, let me start at 64. Now, this is, if you're familiar with the story, this is where, the servant went and got a kinswoman of our kin, to marry our forefather, right? So let me just get it here. And Rebekah lifted up her eyes, and when she saw Isaac, she lighted off the camel. Now, mind you, she's coming from a whole nother place. Never met him before in her life. Wasn't no first date. Wasn't no, we're going out for ice cream. We're going out to skate. We're going out to see a movie. You know what I'm saying? You want to go to the fair. Wasn't none of that shit. She came straight in and got popped, basically. For she had said, verse 65, for she had said unto the servant, what man is this that walketh in the field to meet us? And the servant had said, it is my master. Therefore she took a veil and covered herself. And the servant told Isaac all things that he had done, because he went to get this woman for him. And Isaac brought her into his mother Sarah's tent and took Rebekah, and she became his wife. There you go. That's all that happened. And he loved her, and Isaac was comforted after his mother's death. He took her right into that tent, man, and got down. That was his wife. He loved her. Right? So, when it comes to the American way of marriage, it's not in there. Now, in certain situations in the scriptures, like with Tobit is a very good story. Tobias, the book of Tobit, where he went and he found his wife and his wife's father, basically, he wrote out pretty much overall an agreement of what he would get all his possessions, basically, once he passed away. Just a couple of little things as far as an agreement with that father. Now, Tobias' father, he was in a whole nother land, so he had nothing to do with the agreement, because he didn't even know that his son had gotten married until he got back with his wife. Right? They pretty much, they just they got together. You'll have to go through the story. That's a beautiful story, man, when it comes to the book of Tobit. But they got together, man. He popped. That was his woman. That was it. It wasn't no he got on bended knee. He gave her a ring. We got to go pick out a wedding dress. We got to go to cake. What about we got to, get these beautiful reservations. And we got to invite these people. Is she bitching about 300 people? He's saying, well, look, all we got to have is 5 people, just our parents and, our main friends. No, this shit. None of that stuff was going on. Her bridesmaids. One bitch need to lose enough weight to get into the dress. The colors. I don't like her. I don't want her here. None of that shit is scriptural. So I just wanted to bring that out real quick. So let's get it. Okay, so when this Bobby guy asked Durant would be open to marriage if there were a prenup in place, he pointed out that he still would have to give up something in case of a divorce. You right, Kevin. You right. God damn it. Yeah, they ain't not these judges here. These judges in America not about to let your ass slip with a couple of $100 million and this bitch don't get nothing. She's gonna get something. It says the 37-year-old added, however, this was not the reason he was against marriage. Now this is what he says. I'm not really concerned about that anyway. Durant stated, because if it's somebody I fuck with, and then we end up walking away from each other, hopefully it ain't as bad, and I want to take care of you anyway and make sure you straight, set you off well, but not like be taken advantage of. I would still be a good friend. That's what I mean, or I would try to be in an ideal world. Well, he going off and all that anyway, because once she becomes his wife, she need to just settle her ass on in, and that's it. he's better off getting a concubine, you know what I'm saying, and not falling for her religion or her way of life. Like, look, when you come off into my crib, you know, which we, you know, I'm not sure. I'm sure Kevin Durant, he knows about the Hebrew Israelites. I'm pretty certain of it. I can't see him not knowing about that, especially him. I think he was with Kyrie Irving at the time when the Kyrie Irving shit went down. I think he was in Brooklyn at the time. I might be wrong. I know he's experts on the basketball thing. I'm not as big on it as I used to be when I was younger. But I'm certain he knows about the Hebrew Israelites. But the Hebrew Israelites' way of dealing with a woman is, and you get a woman of another nation, she's a concubine. You don't get down with none of her ways. You don't get to serving her God. You going to the damn, you know what I'm saying, the mosque, or you going to the, you know what I'm saying, the Hindu building or the Buddhist bit. No, bitch. You in my crib. We serve you. How about H.I.M? That's that. That's it. Matter of fact, you know, he might want to give all that rundown on the you know, he could, cause you know the nigga got money, man. Shit, you know, you can talk things out with a bitch, you know, when you got that kind of bread. Like, cause shit, hey, everything is on your side. You don't need her for nothing. If anything, she be benefiting from you. She has no benefits other than the box. That's it. Not with that kind of bread. I've said it all along, man. Ain't no way I had that kind of money and I'm dealing with just one bitch in America. Ain't no way, bro. I just want to settle down and fall in love. Man, that's some American shit. That's some Edomite movie theater. You've seen too many love movies. And that's what's wrong with these chicks here in America. They grown up, you know, being taught to think of your princess and you should have a king and your marriage and all this bullshit. It's not scriptural. But let me just get to a little bit more of this. I know I keep breaking on this, so Salakia. Oh, man. Let's get it, though, because I want to get what ChatGPT got to say, too. Okay, it says, when Bobby, or this interviewer, wondered if Durant just wouldn't get divorced in a perfect world, he suggested that it just wouldn't be possible. That's not ever going to happen, Durant said. I never seen that. All right, anyway, let me see. Durant isn't sure it's possible to be with one woman for the rest of his life. He wanted to know who had done that. Yeah, and well, the two men we mentioned at the start are good examples, at least so far. Well, no, them some simps, man. No, I'm not gonna say it like that. I mean, hey, to each his own, man. You do what you do. I'm just not, you know, I couldn't see me being in a LeBron position. Look at all them bad bitches that be courtside, man. Checking a nigga out. Gawking over him. You trying to tell me, like, man, you can't have the pick of the litter and you a billionaire? Get the fuck, man, come on, bro. You dealing with one chick that's talking shit to you, got a fucking attitude? Get the hell out of here, man. That shit don't make no sense, bro. So this guy stated that the divorce rate is about 50% now. Yeah, so why the fuck would he be getting married? He said that Durant doesn't like those odds. Yeah, right. That's what's up. It's just like the word marriage I get, but it's more so like what that relationship is like, Durant stated. Like, do I want to be with this somebody every day? Nah, man, because first off, she's going to be on her monthly. You're going to have to wait till she get clean from her monthly. You know what I'm saying? To even deal with her. He got enough money to have another crib for her ass to go to when she's on that. But in the meanwhile, okay, wife number 2. Wife number 3 is in play. You know. Hell, if all 3 of them are on their monthly at the same time, the wife number 4 got to come in and pick up the slack. You know. Because he can afford that. That would be no different than him. You know, shit, you got people out here, man, that only make, you know, $100 grand a year. That's got 5 kids and a wife. He taking care of you, six people in himself. You know what I'm saying? You don't think that somebody like Durant with all that money, he can't take care of 5, 6, 7, 10 bitches? Hell, you got Neo out here with 4. I heard that Shaq had 4 little snow bunnies. You know what I'm saying? So he got the money. It's nothing for him to do that, man. Just off his shoe endorsement, man. Just a month, just a week pay, man. Just off his shoe endorsement, he can have everybody set for the year. You know, kind of like, come on, bro. And you dealing with one bitch? Come on, man. This is why we need out of here. This shouldn't even be a talking point for a person like that, man, at that age. At 37, yeah, he should have had about 100 damn kids, you ask me, at this point in the game. But god damn, this is what you call hell. When you got to deal with some shit like this with this kind of money, man. He says, like, do I want to be with this somebody every day? Hang with the same person every day without the option to do my own thing? You're not going to be able to do your own thing. As soon as you say I do, paperwork goes through and all that bullshit, you're done. Okay, so this guy's still pressing him. He says, the interviewer made it clear he would still have his own life. No, the fuck he wouldn't, man. But if he were so against it, he could perhaps opt for a surrogate to have a child. I said that. I ain't even get this far into the story. There would be no strings attached. But Durant hilariously stated he would like some. The 15-time All-Star also later revealed he has never been all too enamored about having a wedding. Yeah, I think this nigga sleep on the floor still or some shit, man. I never really dreamed of having a wedding day, Durant said. When I go to weddings, it's like, oh, this is cool, this is dope, this is cool thing. It's not like it needs to happen in my mind, but it's still a cool event, don't get me wrong. Like, man, because that shit is not biblical. Right? So let's get ChatGPT real quick. And this is what I asked ChatGPT. Is the traditional American marriage in the Bible? It says, that's a very sharp question. And the short answer is no. The traditional American marriage we know today, one man, one woman, equal partnership, romantic love, legal ceremony, white dress, etc., does not appear in the Bible. Of course it don't. There's some Edomite shit. Biblical marriage types, right? They have number one. In the Bible, several forms of marriage appear very different from what America now calls traditional. Polygamy, one man with multiple wives, common among patriarchs. Abraham, Genesis 16, had multiple women. Jacob, Genesis 29 through 30, multiple women. David, Samuel, 2 Samuel 5 and 13, multiple women. Solomon, 1 Kings. So that's a part of our history, and it's more men in the scriptures that had multiple women, multiple wives. Man, this is some American shit that Esau. See, when Esau, I'm gonna tell you something. Esau, when we was in slavery, right, when we was in captivity, he had no problem with you niggas, with a nigga or two having, busting down 30, 40 women, as long as he can get some extra slave hands out of it, because he was breeding us like we was goddamn dogs. But as soon as Jake got free, and he understood that, Jake be multiplying, because Jake do like to have some sex, man. Jake gets stressed, we in this captivity, Jake busting off. Next thing you know, this nigga got a football team. And Esau not having kids like that. So, for him, he has to stop our population to a certain extent, or at least he tries. Because it's no different than Egypt. When we were in Egypt in captivity, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Jake was busting down. We was having multiple children. I'm not sure if we had multiple wives in that situation. Could have been here or there. Depends on a couple of Hebrew Israelites that had, some status or some money and stuff. Because, it wasn't like the Hebrew Israelites were actually around the Egyptians like that, to an extent. They knew that they were Hebrew Israelites. They had their own customs. They was eating pretty decent, had their own thing going on, at one point. So once the captivity came along, and Jake started to outnumber the Egyptians, maybe they kind of chilled on it, but at the same time too, they had their own place of living, their own customs, so to speak. Though they did have the Egyptians running down on them like the police do today, So I'm sure at some point, me speaking as a man, some of them had multiple women, multiple wives, So this is just a thing as far as like the Hebrew Israelites, man. This American shit, you're not an American. You got to get out of the mindset that you're an American. And guess what? Even though Esau has it down to a point of, this marriage shit, his bullshit marriage, Jake's still out here busting down multiple women. Because it's within Jake's nature. That's the spirit of Jake. That's the spirit that the Lord placed on Jake. It's just that we're in a system that's so fucked up that he, not only is he dealing with multiple women, but the women are dealing with multiple men, which is off. And that's all a part that's a creation of the wicked, man, that's running the planet. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Everything that he runs is out of order. Because Jake doing that anyway. But Esau done set it up where this woman, she can put the clamps on Jake because she's jealous now. Oh, I'm going to take your ass to court. I'm going to get the child support. You ain't going to be able to see your kids all because you dealing with this bitch. You know, just jealousy of him dealing with another woman. Because we don't know our customs, man. Anyway. Okay, so they have the Levi marriage, right? When a man marries his deceased brother's widow to produce heirs for the brother's name. See, this is all a part of our custom. Now, today, that would sound crazy. Imagine you got a brother. He gets killed. He doesn't have children with his wife. And then you're obligated by law to deal with his woman. You know what motherfuckers will be like in America? You ask a Christian something like that. This is how you know that Christians is on some bullshit when it comes to the Bible. They pick and choose. Oh, well, not that. I don't believe it. Oh, you know, they fucking lose a goddamn, like they fucking gasping for air off a heart attack when they hear stuff like this. But see, we accept the scriptures, man. This is the scriptures. This was the law. You was to bring forth seed for your brother and so his name wouldn't die out, man. This was the law. You think those small tiny hat people over there in Israel are doing this to this day? Come on, bro. Here you go with another one. The concubine. Men had wives and concubines. Genesis 25:6, Judges 19. You think these Americans going for that? Isn't this a Christian nation? You think these Christians, these white Christian nationalists, especially these Christian white women, you think these bitches going for that from their husbands? Their husbands not even going for it. You think they going for that? Having a concubine? A lesser wife? Then you had arranged marriages. These people here in America don't do no arranged marriages. They meeting a motherfucker on Tinder, TikTok, wherever the hell else. They just going out on a date. Never even met the mom or dad. They having sex that night, getting pregnant. Next thing you know, she's telling her mama, more than likely, because ain't no damn dad in the home. I miss my monthly. I think I might be. Well, bitch, when did you get? See? This is the world that you're living in. This is your Christian nation, man. And then they got one bride price and dowry system. Marriages involve payments of exchanges, not love-based proposals. See that? Exodus 22:16 through 17 and 17. Now here, they got the ring by it too, perfectly. Number 2 on the list, what traditional American marriage means. In American culture, especially post-Victorian and Christianized Western culture, traditional marriage usually means one man, one woman only. You got to get on bended knee. You got dudes getting on bended knee, begging a chick that's got 3-4 baby daddies to marry him. And the bitch will put on a white dress where they talking about, oh, you're pure. She's walking all up the aisle and shit. She got to find a babysitter for some of the kids. She's sending some of the kids to their baby daddies and shit for the week of her getting married and going on her honeymoon. This is the shit that you're dealing with. This is the Christian nation, man. Okay, so it says, one man and one woman only. Next on the list is based on love and personal choice. Yep, that's not biblical. A public ceremony before God and the state, which is I don't know what God is before they talking about. Mutual consent and companionship. Equality before the law. Here you go. She's got, matter of fact, here in America, she got more rights than you. She's running the household. The roles are reversed. She's got more power than you. Because biblically, if a chick want to leave, she's not to take the children. You get the fuck on. Here you go. Not only is she taking the children, she taking half of your shit. She getting alimony. She getting child support. You got to be paying for it. She want to put the kids in goddamn karate class. You got to pay for it. She want them to take piano lessons. You got to pay for it. You got to put in on everything that she talking about. Then at the same time, too, you got to deal with the new nigga that she dealing with. Come on, bro. But this is the American way. And this is supposed to be a Christian. This right here just shows you in a nutshell that America it has nothing to do with Christianity, man. They just using the Bible as a front. That's why that Psalms 50 and 16, let me get it real quick. Again, Scripture always comes out. As of late, anyway. Because you can see how hypocritical Esau is. Psalms 50 and 16. But unto the wicked Yahweh saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing thou hatest instructions and castest my words behind thee? This man got laws set up completely to protect people that go against any of the commandments. You got they got, come on, bro. We already know some of the freak laws. This man take it as far as allowing a man to get married in America. And not just America, you know, all European countries pretty much done tuck on that. And then they try and sanction other countries that don't want nothing to do with it, like those African countries. They try and sanction. As a matter of fact, they have sanctioned countries that don't want nothing to do with the HO to the MO. Laws on the books where women can get married with each other. Some stud chick running around with a high top fade, with her pants hanging off her fat ass, with her titty strapped down. You know, I hear her walking, holding on to her crotch area as if she the dude. And this is America. And they'll tell you that they Christians. These people have their own churches with a Queen James Bible. Come on, bro. Anyway, I didn't want to keep this long. I didn't even mean for it to go the way that it's flowing, but hey, that's the spirit, man. Okay, it says he opened up about his insecurities about his appearance led to depression. It says money isn't a thing Durant has had to be concerned about for over a decade at this point, but that doesn't mean he hasn't had to fight mental battles such as depression. He revealed in this episode that insecurities about his looks led to his being depressed. I've been depressed before, like once, Durant revealed. I was insecure about how I looked. It was crazy. Okay, well, anyway, man, that ain't shit, man. You know what I'm saying? These bitches don't care nothing about how nobody look. You know what I'm saying? Especially with that kind of bread. Like I said, hey, come on. These hoes don't see nothing but money. You know? And everybody, what they say, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Somebody out here gonna find your ass looking good to them. Everybody don't think the same way, you know. But Esau, with his media and him running the television on your ass. Matter of fact, they just had this, they come out with this fucking, I don't know which magazine it is, but they come out with that, the sexiest man alive bullshit, and it's always some Edomite. You know what I'm saying? Looking crazy as hell. Every now and then, it'll be they'll throw a Jake in there here and there, or some other guy, you know, whoever the top actor or the top singer of the time is. But generally, it's that same looking white guy with the beard. You know, that little shadow over beard. You know what I'm saying? He got his hair slicked back. He got the little his side of his head shaved type of deal with that streak down the middle with his moosed up. You know, that nigga with one of them doofy ass sweaters on. So when it comes to America's media, that plays a lot into what people see and perceive as, you know, this is the look. Oh, you don't look like this, or you don't have this, or you don't. And what's about to happen is, or a nigga like Kevin Durant, let's get it, you know, now this come to mind. But he ain't, you know, this is going to be really for the men of the Lord. Isaiah 4:1, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. Trust me, them bitches ain't going to be thinking about what you look like. They ain't going to be thinking about what you look like at that point in the game. Trust me. Because when these food stamps, they let this food stamp snap government shutdown shit continue to go on. Trust me. These hoes going to be all over niggas that ain't got nothing. They already on niggas that ain't got nothing. Like, come on, bro. These bitches will deal with a nigga that ain't got nothing. Ain't trying to get nothing. He ain't trying to get nothing but some box. Soon as he get up off that box, he ain't trying to get nothing but a drink, his cigarettes, his blunts to smoke, and playing some goddamn Madden online or some shit against one of his homeboys if they not over. That's it. But you got dudes out here that don't mind going to work every day, matter of fact, will take care of fucking business. They actually take care of their business every day. They don't want nothing to do with these niggas. Why? Because they're not driving the car that they like. They're not wearing the clothes that they like. Oh, he corny. He not funny. I like somebody to make me laugh. He don't like, come the fuck out of here, bitch. He's a provider. A provider, man. You know what I'm saying? You're a roof over your head. Motherfucking clothes on your back. The children are well taken care of. Your ass got a car. He taking care of your bills, your motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, your car note, and all your little shit you got going on. Not here in these Americas, but guess what? The Lord is about to break all of that shit down, and it's starting to become beautiful, baby. So, Kevin, don't worry about the insecurities, bro. Don't worry about that. Trust me, these hoes will throw box. You know these hoes ready to, they throwing box. They don't care, man. Motherfuckers out here giving up coochie for a blunt and a motherfucking shot of Hennessy, man. Get the hell out of here. This dude can fucking take your ass around the world. Just cuz. I had that kind of money, man. I'll take a few of them bitches with me just around the world, man, and not even fuck none of them. I'll go out and come back with some bitches to fuck. And they'll be wondering why, well, what you bring us for? Oh, I just brought y'all for company. But nah, you know, I'm gonna treat you good though while we out here, you know, in Paris or wherever the fuck. We can walk into a couple of stores. I grab you a couple of things, ain't no thing. I'll make it worth your time, you know what I'm saying? But you know, nah, I didn't bring you here to get down with you like that. The bitches will be pissed. Like, girl, I can't be all on fucking FaceTime. This nigga brought me all the way to Paris and don't want no pussy. This nigga just brought another bitch back. Matter of fact, he took the whole 5th floor, he took the whole top floor of the motherfucking hotel. This nigga, I seen him walk in. He down the hall in the other room with another bitch. Like, for real. When he ain't do nothing with your ass. I'm talking about bad as hell too. Pick out the baddest one to take somewhere like that and just be like, nah. Yeah, I just wanted some company, you know what I'm saying? Just somebody to kick it to. I don't want to fuck with you like that. You know, I'm gonna hit the town though. Matter of fact, hit the town with your ass and be hollering at bitches, man. For real, because that's the way that they'll get down. This is your American way. Here you go. They've had their way for so long to the point where they really be feeling like you supposed to just really fucking bow out and get on this Esau system, man. That fucking getting on bended knee. Who the fuck came up with that shit? I'm honored to be. I know. Well, I just said who came up with it. Esau. I'm honored to be. Would you spend the rest of your life with me? The fuck out of here. This place is crazy, man. Anyway, I think that was pretty much it with the chat. We got what we needed out of chat, man. They did have a third one on the list, though. Because they finished this out. It says, those ideas came much later. Influenced by Roman law, Edomites. European Christian reforms, Edomites. And modern Western values, Edomites. Not directly by Old Testament or New Testament marriage customs, which were Israelites. This is all Edomite shit, man. Your way of dating, your way of loving a woman, your way of... This motherfucker got Valentine's Day telling you when you can, you know, love your woman. You know? Like, come on, bro. This is his shit. Buy a diamond. He's the one that owned the jewelry stores. He run a little commercial on TV and shit, telling you about how much you should be in love. You know, Cupids and shit shooting arrows. Come get your woman this $10,000 this or $20,000 that. Here you go. You got these people, man. They put motherfucking wedding rings on paying installments on wedding rings. That shit is crazy. And then next thing you know, this bitch done left with the ring. You still paying for the ring. Doofy. Number 3 on the list, they got what the New Testament emphasizes. Of course, we you know, by the time of the New Testament, they have Jesus, but we know his name is Yahweh, which means that he's the Savior or deliverer in the Paleo-Hebrew. And the true name of the Father is Yahweh, which means that he exists for the existing one, right? It says Yahweh reaffirmed the one man, one woman design from Genesis 2 and 24. Paul taught mutual respect and love, Ephesians 5, 25 through 33. But even then, marriages were still arranged, and wives were often under their husband's legal authority, not modern American-style equals. Yup. And the only reason why, you know, Jake wasn't into multiple women at that particular time, New Testament, because Jake is in captivity, just like Jake is in captivity now. Jake don't have shit. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be wise to have fucking 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damn wives here in America. That shit, you know, that'll be a goddamn headache, man. Esau is over us. This is his kingdom. Because even though somebody like Kevin Durant, man, he can, you know, he can probably slide, if he was smart enough, he could slide under the radar and just be out here doing what he does. But you know, he's an athlete that's got a pretty big stature. The cameras is always on him. Paparazzi, who is he dealing with? This, and this. You know, and he might get, but I mean, you know, man, he can actually slide a lot of that shit under the radar. Like, you know, here, man, I got somebody. I'll Uber that bitch. Fuck that bitch. Here's a Uber that. You know, what's the executive Uber, or whatever. I'll send a black car, whatever the fuck, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Go swoop. But it's gonna have to be some contracts in order. Ain't no damn way I'll be dealing with any of these, but you're gonna sign some consent forms to even sit with me. That would be me on that level. You ain't gonna be able to say he done this, he done that. Bitch, I'm filming everything. I got cameras everywhere. I don't give a fuck, bitch. You ain't gonna be able to say I done this, that, and the third to you. See, that's the part of being here in the Americas and having that kind of money. You're a damn target. And I can feel him on some of that. You're a target, man. You know, even with some, you know, it's just. I remember, damn, what's this guy? I think his name was AC Green back in the day. He used to have a damn Jerry curl. He used to play for the Lakers, and he was a virgin all the way through his motherfucking career. I remember that shit. They used to be always on his ass about it, but I think he ended up finding him a nice little Christian woman. I don't know what happened to AC Green. That was way back in the days, man. You know, I'm showing my age with that one, but yeah, man, he ended up, you know, he didn't fuck with no women when he was in that NBA. He was like this, you know, he was like a Bible thumping Christian. And you know, I guess he should be still doing all right. He should be. Matter of fact, you know what? Let's just ask chat. Let me see some. Let's just see. Let's see. Matter of fact, let me Google this shit real quick. Hey, look, I'm typing the shit in. Look, I ain't even had to type the shit all the way in. It says AC Green, virgin. Let's put that in. AC Green is known for remaining a virgin throughout his 16-year NBA career as a devout Christian, bro. They was picking at that dude like a motherfucker back then. I remember that shit. Like, man, leave that dude alone. A decision he made to abstain from sex until marriage, nicknamed the Iron Virgin. He resisted temptations from teammates and fans and later founded the AC Green Youth Foundation to promote abstinence until marriage. He married his wife. Okay, so he did get married in 2002. Veronique, I'm thinking is his name, after his retirement, and remained a virgin until then. Whew, my goodness gracious, boy. I don't know how old was he then. I'm trying to think how old he was, because 16 years, man, that nigga was like damn near 40, man, when he got married. Hey, this right, I think that's probably where they got the movie the 40-Year Virgin from. That nigga should be getting some money out of that shit, man. That movie with them Edomites, I think there was some of them well, you know, them tiny hats, they make all that shit. Damn, that's crazy though. Let's see. But look though, he around all these bunnies, bro. He was around all these, man. Come on, bro. Hey, man. That just lets you know though, man. You know, everybody got their own thing going on, but goddamn, this is what you call hell. You got these niggas running around out here talking about some fiery spot underground, burning forever. Satan, he just down there, you know what I'm saying? The red guy, he got the little red spandex suit on, you know, with his little pitchfork and shit, and he just torturing people. No, this is hell. For an Israelite to be in this place and not be able to know have the actual knowledge to know that, bro, you can get some box. You done been duped into believing in white Jesus to the point where you blew all those years not getting no. I guess that's probably why he was so explosive though in the court though. Everybody else was just dwindling away they energy on these hoes. Back in the ancient days, Jake he didn't have sex before going to war, but goddamn, nigga, you wasn't going to war all the time. The off seasons, here you go, it's motherfucking off seasons, you ain't getting no box. AC. I remember him though. I liked him though. He was alright. Look at that Jerry curl. Boy, he had that young Duke back then, boy. Yeah, I remember he ended up getting his hair cut. I remember this, man. No, he was a very good player though. I think he won a few championships and shit. Yep, let me see right here. Yep. I'm not sure how many. Yeah, he came through. He had that. Yeah, he had AC Green, boy. 1990. God damn. Nope, he was cool, energetic, had that goddamn Jerry curl. Anyway, though, man, damn, bro, I ain't even know he had got married, though. Let me see. They didn't even show his wife. Oh, let me see, all right. Okay, so this the chick. Oh, all right. Hopefully she didn't, don't never. And see, the crazy part is, look at it, look at him. He kind of got that what's my man's smile, the dude from the Jaguars they've been clowning and shit with his little one. They just went there. Damn, I can't even think of homeboy name. That big ass smile he be having. I can't think of his fucking name. They was clowning him and shit about this bitch he was with, you know what I'm saying? Well, I ain't gonna call her a bitch, Slocky, but you get it, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, leave her ass alone. Anyway, he kind of got that smile, though. But see, something like this right here, it would be crazy as fuck, right? If he waited all that long to just get with her and she fuck around on him. I wonder if she was a virgin. There ain't none of my business like that, but I would like to know. Let me see. Let's see, was she a virgin? She probably wasn't even a virgin. She probably is, though. Gotta be. Ain't no way he should have had got with nothing other than a virgin himself. So, like, I know this lesson will went a whole nother way, man, but, hey. Give it to us, AI. Oh, there you go. Information on her past sexual history is not publicly available and would be a violation of her privacy. No, she should be able to say shit. He should. Hey, we're both virgins. We both waited, and in the name of sweet white baby Jesus, everybody knew he was a virgin, right? Since he ain't never had no box before, he wouldn't know if she was a virgin or not. As long as she, women got ways of tightening it up. You know what I'm saying? Because who knows? They ain't none of my business. But I'm just saying, bro. You know what I'm saying? If he waited that long, she should have been a motherfucking virgin too. But at the same time, too, we live in a world where he could have waited that long for this woman to come along, and she'll still step out on his ass and take half. So brothers, hey, this is not our rest. This is not our kingdom. It's not the time to be, especially not, ain't no damn way. I ain't saying that you can't, you know what I'm saying? Because some brothers are actually married. They're into this truth, and they're actually married government-wise to their woman. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they, benefits, got to do with it, health care, whatever the case may be. I'm just, me speaking as a man, brothers newly coming into this truth, especially where we at right now in prophecy, it wouldn't be wise to be going to do no shit like that, man. But anyway, this is America, and you've seen the difference in the American way and the real Bible way of marriage, man. I pray that this lesson was edifying, and you can see the hypocrisy of the American way as far as these so-called white people. They have nothing to do with the Bible. They don't have nothing to do with the Bible except for they holding it up and talking about we're a Christian nation. That's it. When it comes to what it says and them actually doing, it's not there. So with that, I pray that lesson was edifying. Kwame Yashal on the bubble ball.